your dad show. Ooh, JJ and Deacon, they're the ones in the know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Yeah.
News like today, we're going to conduct a peer review, and we're going to talk about Trump's sham trial too. Man, I could not get through it without stumbling over the title. Yeah, that's great. That's a good job. Good morning, everybody. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. We are your internet dads. We meet here Monday through Friday to drink coffee, read the news, and talk about BS. Sometimes we talk about comic books and other cool stuff. We'll see if I get around to that. I got some ones I want to promote. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I am excellent, sir. Ooh, let me turn that.
I don't know. Where's Dave? Did you lock Dave out? Did you? What are you doing?
Here, but who, Dave? Dave's not here, man.
Great.
Who? Dave? Dave's not here, man.
I saw Brian Perkins posting on our Discord. Brian, if you're here too, sir, you are welcome to join us anytime you want. I know you got that little baby though. See, how old is his little baby now? His little baby's probably like 1.5 years old now, don't you think?
You know, I was thinking about him the other day at home when I was mowing the yard. My brain goes, I think I'm going to solve the world's problems mowing the yard is what it's going to be. That's such a mundane activity that I used to listen to music and stuff like that, or try to listen to audiobooks or something like that. But I want my brain to just be, you know, Einstein used to do crap like that, where he would just do something mundane to wear his brain. Anyway, I was thinking about Brian. And I was thinking, man, I need to go up to my Republican Party headquarters and talk to them about that voter thing that Brian was talking about the monitor things and what.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was really thinking
you should go up to them and be like, guys, I gotta be honest, I was really considering voting for libertarians, but then they elected this gay trans supporting stuff, and I was like, you know what, I guess I'm gonna go Republican.
Hey, I need to tell you a funny coffee story. My coffee escapades, Deacon's coffee escapades continue.
Oh, yeah. What kind of coffee?
Huh?
Gas station coffee?
My gas station coffee.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I'm just lazy, and every time I'm in Walmart, I get my stuff and go, and I think about crap. I forgot coffee.
Okay.
Coffee. So anyway,
we need
I've been having a problem with the automatic electronic coffee makers, right?
Okay.
That the store has. They have the ones where you put large, leave room for cream, you know, and you press the button and it does it. And I've been having a problem with that because I'm old school. I'm like, why can't I just pour the damn thing again? Well, I'm sitting there a couple of weeks ago and I noticed there is one of those machines that I don't have to go through the electronic stuff. I can just pour it real quick and be on my way and not have to wait for it. And you know this, my gifted ass has been pouring decaf coffee and drinking decaf coffee for a week because there's two of them. There's two spouts, and I look at the top, and the top says whatever classic, and then this one says like limited edition, and I'm like, okay, so I've just always poured the limited edition. Well, today I noticed right above the limited edition one, it says decaf in huge freaking letters.
I don't understand. They should just call it like brown water if they're gonna. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you call it coffee if it has no caffeine? You need.
I can definitely feel the caffeine.
There was this, and this was a number of years ago. It was back. Let's see. At the time, I lived in Nacogdoches, and in Nacogdoches, they had one Starbucks, and they had one kind of coffee shop that was run by college students that was even more like hipster than the Starbucks would be.
Yeah, we had one of those in Murray.
Yeah, and I can't remember the name of the coffee shop, but it was like, you know, it was kind of like renowned in town for being like, oh, you're too uppity to go to Starbucks. This is the one you go to down here.
Well, ours was called the WAG, WAG. WAG. Isn't that cool? The WAG.
Yeah. Now this is a number of years ago. It was probably like 15 years ago. I was a lot younger, but I drove my wife through, or maybe my wife was driving. Anyway, we went to go get coffee through this like super hipster dipshit place. and we drive through and I remember my wife's driving because she's the one doing the ordering, and I'm just like, just coffee, I just want a coffee. And she's like, okay. And then my wife gets like one of those decaf chai latte, whatever all these words are. And I'm just like, and the person taking the order literally said, you want decaf something something something, and then they said, what's the point? And the barista openly mocked my wife getting a decaf coffee. My wife was so angry that for the rest of the years that we lived in Nacogdoches, she didn't give them one dime. She never went there once.
I like coffee with a little cream and a little sugar. And we have decaf. Me and my daughter will drink. We used to keep decaf. We probably still got some in the back of the freaking cabinet there of a little thing of decaf that we would keep, that we would make at night because we wanted a hot cup of that coffee, but we didn't want to stay up all night. So I'm with your wife there.
I mean,
have you this, it made me think of this, and this is just 30 seconds, but we got to show it.
Okay.
You ever seen the movie Role Models?
Who's in this movie?
Good morning. Can I take your order? Can I get a tall chai?
Large black coffee.
A what?
Large black coffee.
Do you mean a venti?
No, I mean a large.
He means a venti. Yeah, the biggest one you got.
Venti is large.
No, venti is 20.
Danny.
Yeah. Large is large. In fact, tall is large, and grande is Spanish for large. Venti's the only one that doesn't mean large. It's also the only one that's Italian. Congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Paul Rudd. I just don't believe he actually feels that way.
Those Rudds, man.
Rudd's is good. All right.
Paul Rudd's got something in his blood, in that Rudd blood. He stays young forever.
That's going to wear off, bro.
Go back and watch Clueless, okay? And you're like, oh, that's right. Paul Rudd was in this movie. Holy crap, he looks the exact same as he did 30 years ago as he does now. I mean, seriously.
He was in Clueless? I'm going to be honest. I've never seen Clueless.
Oh, my God.
I've never seen it.
Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah. Hold on.
Can we get to news since we?
Yeah, we're going to
-4.
I'm just real curious about this. Hang on.
This is what real internet dads do. We have a plan.
Let's see.
And then we go off that plan and start looking up celebrities. I've got a good celebrity story.
Hold on, is this it? Alicia Silverstone is in that movie, right?
Yeah, absolutely, she is.
She was in Batman and Robin. Is this? Yeah. I don't think this is the right clip, though. That's not.
No,
that's not Alicia Silverstone. Oh, yeah, is this the one? Okay.
It's Paul Rudd. Dude, Mac and Me was such a great movie.
Do you know that Paul Rudd ran this clip for every movie he ever promoted on Conan O'Brien? All right, that's enough silliness. Let's talk about some real news. Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Please like and subscribe. Here.
They used to have the spoken word poetry at the WAG.
Oh,
that was the first place.
That's your hipster.
That was the first place I ever tried a chai, and I was like, I don't know if this chai latte.
I've never drank a chai.
Chai is just tea. A chai latte is tea and steamed milk.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Things, honey and stuff.
Boba tea.
It's actually really good.
No, that's all right.
Chai is just a particular type of tea. The tea that you get in Lipton is black tea leaves normally.
Right.
Chai is just a different.
Okay. I'm not against chai tea as much as I am against boba tea.
Oh God.
Or just mainlining diabetes. That's all right. I'm good.
My freaking, when that was popular, when the kids were younger, man, they had me get one of those boba things, man. That was just like,
Oh no, Andy's gone comatose. What's going on? That's not good. All right, so you may have heard, Deke, this conflict in Israel and Gaza, which we don't really comment about too much because I don't think. I mean, check. I don't care what's happening over there. I'm not in favor of either side. I don't want to be involved. But our president, he definitely wanted to be involved, and so his solution was, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build a pier. The United States of America is going to build a pier on the shoreline of a territory that definitely is not happy with the United States of America. And we spent, you know how much we spent?
We're going to put like a Nathan's there and a big Ferris wheel. What kind of pier? I mean,
that would have been that would have probably got more support.
Or won't we have bumper cars? That is the major question.
Definitively not going to happen now. So the in the span of like 2 months, the United States spent $320 million in order to build something that. Oh, okay. Well,
do you know how much? You know how much we've spent for the pier in Ukraine?
So we were building something like this. This is the pier that we built in Korea in 2015. So we were building something like this, and then these
quality.
Yeah, it sure does.
It does look quality.
Yeah. So the one, let's see. Now that's the one from Israel. The one here's a photo of the one we built in Gaza.
That looks like a picture where
right.
I'm fixing to go, okay, JJ. Your mission is to get to the end of the platform and past all of the be sure and get all your resources, and the boat will pick
terrible
you up
mission in Call of Duty. You have to you got to get through this thing. So we messed this up. In fact, here's a video of some guys in Gaza laughing because it broke off and it's floating away in the Mediterranean Ocean.
They should be laughing. I'm going to stand beside them and go ha 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 too.
Do you see how it's no longer connected to the land? It broke off. It's floating away. There's some of it right here, and there's some of it over here, and it's just going that a ways. So we spent $320 million on a pier, and it's sinking. Here's the story. A floating pier on the shores of the Gaza Strip set up to support lifeline to Palestinians. Hold on. Let's get this barcode out of my way. Yeah. Territory has faced a rocky start, with one report claiming that it's sinking. President Joe Biden announced the project in March to help transport supplies to the territory, which has been hit by Israel's bombardment as it fights a war against Hamas. It's also been shot out by the Gazans with mortars. So, here's the best part. Best part, Deke. We have successfully delivered along that pier 1,000 tons of supplies. 1,000 tons of supplies total has been delivered to the pier and into the Palestinian territory.
Money. Do you
know how else we could have done that? If we had loaded up one of these boats with 4 trucks of supplies, one of these boats with 4 trucks of supplies would have been 1,000 tons. We could have just drove a boat over to the.
You got to launder money some way, JJ.
That's it. Watch it. CIA is watching us.
Hypothetically speaking.
No, they're not. They're not watching us, right?
This is Deacon here. Hey, I have one. If
what do you guys think? Do you guys do us a favor? Can you pretend to engage with the show and leave a comment about your opinion of our Gaza pier? Should they have put on if they'd have put on a Nathan's hot dog? If they'd have been like, yeah, we're gonna deliver supplies, but first we're gonna put a hot dog stand out here. Do you think? Okay, Israel might have bombed it because there's like no pork or something like that. With Gaza, maybe Nathan's hot dog was not a good.
All beef hot dogs.
Do they have that?
Absolutely, they do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then it might have been like. Maybe the Gazans and the Israel guys in Israel will be like, we could go get lunch instead of all of this
I
fighting.
think you're right, dude. I really think you get some grilled onions out there, man, some mustard. Yeah. Hey, so speaking of, some hot dogs and grilled and whatnot, we grilled out some hamburgers yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Happy
for
Memorial Day. I mean,
Did
not
you,
happy. Had dismal a Memorial Day to you, sir.
No,
I
that's
don't know.
yeah, I guess you're
Yeah.
right. Happy
Awkward.
Memorial Day. That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my son Deacon last night, and we were talking
Dave,
about
the links in the news channel, sir. The links in the news channel. You can come in here whenever you want.
JJ left the door cracked.
Yeah, it's open.
The door's open. Come on in, dude.
He was running around with doing something. I think he was playing cops or something. Yeah. I don't know what Dave was doing.
Well, Memorial Day yesterday, and I was talking to my son last night, and I said, "Son, do you know what Memorial Day is?" And he said, and he used to go, "Yeah," and then I'd ask him, and he wouldn't. So I told him one day, I was like, "If you don't know, don't say yes. Say no. That's fine." What are you looking at? Lord have mercy.
Brian said, "Did they order the PIer on Temu?"
It looks like
that's amazing. I love that. That's hilarious. Top comment, sir. Also, his kiddo's 2 years old.
Gonna blow your mind. Okay,
Top
so anyway, I told Deacon. He said no, I didn't know what Memorial Day went. So we're going to educate you here just real quick for those of you that may not know, that may just think, oh, it's the unofficial start of summer or whatnot. Memorial Day is the day that we honor the fallen soldiers, the ones that have given the ultimate sacrifice. Veterans Day.
Oh, go ahead. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
listening.
okay.
I'm engaged. Active listening.
Veterans Day is the day that, of course, that we honor the ones that were formerly in the military.
Well, I think it's pretty clear. Memorial is something you remember, and veterans are people who came back from a war. So like you could do just basic context clues and probably figure that one out, right? Yeah. It'd take like a real stupid person to be confused about that, I would imagine.
He said, well, do we have a day that honors the people that are currently in the military? And I said, yes, we do. It's not as well known. I said, it's called Armed Forces Day. And we have Armed Forces Day where we honor the people that are currently in the military. So just letting you know, my son, he's 16 years old. He's going to be a junior in high school. And I was telling him that, and now he knows that those 2 days, that Memorial Day, we honor our fallen soldiers. And he's 16 years old. I want to show you a couple of tweets here.
Yeah, sure. From your kid? Oh, no, that's
Omar.
That's a congressperson. Okay.
She's a congressperson. On Memorial Day, for those of you that aren't viewing, I'm going to read it to you. On Memorial Day, we honor the heroic men and women who served our country. We owe them more than our gratitude. They have more than earned access to quality mental health services, job opportunities, housing assistance, and the benefits they were promised.
Deke, does she know they're dead?
That they've more than earned it, JJ. But that's what she's saying. They've more. I'm trying
to figure out the logistics of how you provide any of those services to Memorial Day veterans.
Now I know what you're saying to yourself. You're saying, Deke, give her a break. Even though she's a congresswoman, Ilhan Omar, she was born in some other country, somewhere else. She married her brother to get him. Somalia. She married her brother to get him into the country. So give her a break. She don't know very much about the United States, So we just put her into Congress, and she's still learning. So let me read to you another tweet that came yesterday from Congresswoman Cori Bush. This is a congresswoman from the great state of Missouri, that is the Show Me State, right next to us here in Kentucky. Congresswoman Cori Bush tweeted out, "This Memorial Day and every day, we honor our veterans in St. Louis." There's the first one. The second, we must invest in universal health care, affordable housing, comprehensive mental health services, and educational and economic opportunities for our veterans as we work to build a world free of war and violence. Congresswoman and representative, y'all need to get some better staffers when they're copying and pasting the tweets that are already written for each holiday. You need to educate them a little better. They deleted those tweets, by the way,
and that's
both of them.
A little bit.
You go to their Twitter account and you will not find them, but you can find all kinds of screenshots of them.
Do they know that we actually already provide terrible services for veterans? Like it's Memorial Day. The memorial means the veterans that died in combat. So, you're not providing anything for them. But actual veterans, do they know that we actually have healthcare for veterans and housing assistance and stuff like that? There are benefits for veterans.
It's a talking point for them. Yeah, it's like insurance. There are hoops to jump through, but there's all kinds of services that are not governmental services that people are like, we do this for veterans, and if you look into and see it's a good group, give to that group.
So, are they implying that we don't do anything for veterans? Because we do have programs for veterans. So if they're trying to use the implication that we don't to accrue more political power, that would be pretty scummy. Now, could we do better stuff for veterans? Is, for instance, the healthcare for veterans great? No, it's not great, but it's not none. And I don't know. How do you feel about universal healthcare? Is healthcare a human right? Are we obligated to provide healthcare for all people?
I think we're obligated to provide healthcare for our veterans.
I'll make that deal.
I'm completely fine with that.
For sure. I'll make a deal.
We should provide all of it. And it shouldn't be the bottom of the rung crap and these bottom of the rung doctors and stuff. We should pay the doctors well so that you could get better doctors in there and give these veterans better services, especially mental health. The mental health, when you're dividing the money, when you're dividing money to give to veteran services, like 75% of it needs to go to mental health, man. Seriously. Speaking of, just real quick before we get to the other stories, I was kind of
I'm curious about looking at what
Davis.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier? Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
I've never been there. I think I've been to one in maybe Missouri, because there's
DC.
No, not the one in DC, but
that's something that
obviously that's the famous one.
List. Yeah. It was something. It was fantastic to see. Not fantastic as a, it was something else to see. Very
awesome.
It was awesome. It was very awe-inspiring.
Gives you a frame of reference maybe for reality that you don't normally take for granted.
It gives you a little bit of respect.
Yeah. Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Hey, you know what? Maybe some people don't know what goes on there. We have an armed troop or soldier that's there all the time.
Rain, snow. I think I think there was one time when the hurricane came through years ago that they told them that they did not have to go out and guard, but there was like 8 or 9 of them, and they were like, "We don't care," and they guarded it anyway through the freaking hurricane. They gave them the that's the only time they gave them the option, I think, of not going out there, and they went anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool. If you look at the history behind the guys that serve, that guard that's top of the freaking line for those Marines.
I mean, what an investment over the course of 150, 160 years or whatever to perpetually have soldiers honoring the fallen by guarding them. That's pretty crazy. Don't you think so?
There's like 3 out there that we don't.
Yeah.
That we never found out who they were.
Oh, only 3? I bet there's.
I think there's more, but I think there's like right there in those tombs signify one for each.
Yeah.
Like war.
Okay, so what were you getting to?
I wasn't. We was just talking about the Memorial Day thing, and we just said that, and I wondered if you had ever been out there. So.
Oh no, I haven't. No, but I have been to the battlefield. I've been to a battlefield, and I saw an Iron but that's from like the revolution or the Civil War. Yeah, like an iron boat of some kind. It was crazy. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I'm on that. Hey, we mentioned over the weekend the Libertarians had a convention, and I mentioned yesterday that the Libertarians had basically like they booed and cheered for Trump based on some different things he said. But Trump was like, hey, you guys should either nominate me or vote for me and endorse me and vote for me if you want to win this election and get Ross Ulbricht out of prison and have a Libertarian Party candidate, cabinet member. And, you know, like, this is a good deal. You guys join the Republicans. We'll work together in the things we care about. And we will win this, and we'll stop Biden and the Democrats from destroying our country. And the Libertarians were like, boo, we want to.
But a lot of those Libertarians are Trump. They have Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh yeah,
they
for
hate
sure.
him still, but they have flipped over in the past 2 or 3 years from Biden because they've seen what happened.
Right.
And so they flip, but they're not going to Trump. So they're still going to boo him.
And you know what? It's not, look, I'm going to say it's almost nobody's fault if you have Trump derangement syndrome. First of all, you don't even know you have it because you've been watching like CNN, or maybe you're not watching anything and you're just getting like cast offs of news, but you're watching CNN or MSNBC or Fox News or whatever, and you're just getting nothing but like fake news all the time. So it's not really anybody's fault per se. I mean, it's the media's fault. Anyway, so there's a top libertarian individual, right? His name is Jeremy Kaufman. And Jeremy Kaufman, I think, did he write this? No, he didn't. So the Libertarian Party nominated a person named Chase Oliver. I heard a ding dong. Ding dong.
Hello.
There's a ding dong right there.
Who is it?
Yes.
Good morning, Dave.
Morning.
So the Libertarian Party nominated a young fella named Chase Oliver to be their party's candidate for presidency. Ooh, I like being front and center. And a top Libertarian, Jeremy Kaufman, tweeted this out yesterday. Let me pull this tweet up, actually. Yesterday, I held up a sign saying Trump supporters are socialists. Here. How do I share? I always forget how to do it.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Yesterday, I held up a sign calling Donald Trump supporters socialists. Tonight, the Libertarian Party nominated a gay race communist for president. With those choices, I'm standing with Donald Trump. Now, I'm wondering, first of all, the Libertarian Party didn't take the deal. Trump, not obligated whatsoever to deliver a Libertarian Party candidate. I wonder, though, if the Libertarian Party vote will split away from Chase Oliver and perhaps support Trump. Do you think some of them will? I don't know if you guys even care about this.
Some of them will.
Yeah.
Not all of
some
them.
Of them. Right.
For the reason I said a second ago. There's some of these people that have flip-flopped over, and they absolutely positively will not vote for Trump, even if he was the only person up there. And you've seen how many uncommitted people didn't want to vote for Biden.
Yeah, it's like 17% in some places. And there were some counties where, like in earlier in the primaries, Biden lost to uncommitted. Like there were some places like in Michigan or something like that. So so we're seeing a little bit of some of the free thinking libertarians might split from the gay race communist candidate chosen by the I have mixed feelings about the Libertarian Party, because it seems like conceptually you would think that these are the people who care about issues and they're liberty minded and they are free thinking people. And yet this over the weekend, the stuff, the way they behaved, it makes me think like they're just as blinded by what they think than everybody else. Okay, all right. Yeah, you can talk about libertarians.
I think a lot of libertarians are individuals that used to be Republicans, used to be Democrats, just got fed up with their parties, and
Okay.
they don't want to go
Post-liberals.
independent. So
Right.
they're still well, even post conservatives too.
Yeah,
They
post-conservatives.
still their sounding points are still staying with them. So it's like
I
so
agree
many of
with
these independent churches are not independent churches; they're Baptist churches. They just want to drop the name Baptist.
Yeah.
They're still
Oh,
Baptist.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I see about the libertarian.
So there was something one time one of the kids asked me about the Baptist church and then the First Baptist church, and then sometimes you got the Second Baptist church, and they were asking about that, and I was like, basically they had one church, and then somebody got mad and they left, and they started the First Baptist church, and then somebody got mad and they left and they started
Sometimes
the
it's about the street name.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
more Second Street
And-
Baptist churches than First Street Baptist churches. And then they'll just drop the
Really?
street name. Yes, it's because a lot of First Streets are actually main streets in town. They don't call them First Street. So you have Main Street Baptist, and that just takes away from the number.
Oh. That's
The more you
interesting.
know.
There's a lot of First Baptist churches, though. I've been to a lot of little
Mhm.
towns, and there's a lot of them.
Mhm.
All right. Well, let's see. Hey, if you guys didn't notice, I don't know if you guys know this or not, since you're both on the show. We have a Twitter account, and you could actually follow our Twitter account. I don't know if you
really
have ever.
I will
bothered.
just
Yeah.
say that I don't
Internet
post
dad
anything
joke.
on the Twitter account.
Yeah. I know.
For
You're
purposes.
invited, Deke. You're actually invited to run
I
comments
don't
on
know
there.
the
You can.
username or the password.
Yeah.
don't-
I would let you in.
I don't even know, like, you don't want to see my algorithm on Twitter.
Yeah. Probably not.
I don't even
All
use
right,
it X anymore.
Dude, it's so fun. It's the most fun. All right,
Have fun.
today is the day closing arguments for the Trump trial. So we've had
Trump's on trial?
none of the evidence presented, no significant evidence presented, and we've had all of the worthless testimony from all of the not convincing witnesses, and we also have had all of the none of the criminal charges explained. So so we are now ready for summary arguments from the prosecution and the defense. The prosecution I'm going to bet that prosecution's case is going to basically be, look, our witnesses and our evidence, something, Trump's a bad guy, vote to convict. And the defense is going to be like, the state failed to prove anything. They haven't outlaid a charge. They haven't told you what was wrong. They haven't had anybody substantiate it, and there's no evidence. And everything they did say was not illegal. So you must.
Dude, the prosecution could get up for their final statement and walk up there and turn around and let out the biggest, loudest fart you've ever heard,
Yes.
and then said,
Yes.
I'm done,
Vote to convict.
and that that would win.
Yeah.
All
Well,
he's
because
got to
it's
do is
New
get up
York.
there and belch, and that's enough.
I said on Twitter a couple weeks ago that the entire country is watching for 12 people to prove that New Yorkers are not retarded, and
If it don't fit,
we
vote
have
to
low
acquit.
expectations.
If it don't fit, vote to acquit.
Closing arguments begin today in the Manhattan Business Records trial of former President Trump. The defense will give their argument first, with the Alvin Bragg's team going second. The closing arguments could stretch into a second day. Trump expressed disagreement that the decision on Truth Social posting Monday evening. Why is the corrupt government allowed to make the final argument in the case against me? Why can't the defense go last? Big advantage, very unfair, witch hunt. DJT.
That's pretty good. You've been working on that.
Look, I like Donald Trump. I mostly like the fact that he is a chaos bomb. It is the best. All right.
Some men just want to watch the world burn. That's the way.
I'm here for the roasted marshmallows, buddy.
All right, let's move. We don't have long left. You're gonna have to
All right.
talk about your
sorry.
own engine.
I got one more thing I want to tell you about.
Okay.
Over the weekend was May 26th. Did you know, sirs, May 26th in 1924, 100 years ago, that a law was passed to restrict immigration. Prior to this law in 1924, 700,000 migrants a year were passing through the Ellis Island, and we passed a law. Calvin Coolidge and the government at the time passed a law that reduced 700,000 in 1924 down to 200,000 per year, 200,000 migrants per year, which is where it stayed from 1926 to 1970, and now we are at merely some millions per year. So, but a century ago, we thought that 700,000 a year is too many.
There was a lady from church who just had her 100th birthday 2 weeks ago. Got to go to a 100th birthday party. She was alive when that bill went into act.
So prices in 1924, the average income was almost $2,200 was the average income
per year.
Yeah, per year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The unemployment was at 5%. A new car was $265. A Chevrolet Roadster was $480. New house was $7,720. A gallon of gas was 11 cents. A gallon of milk was 54 cents. A loaf of bread was 9 cents. Tweed knickers were $1.55.
I'd like some tweed knickers.
Wow.
Sirloin steak was 4 cents a pound. Chuck steak was 2 cents a pound.
You can get 200 pair of pants for a car. That's pretty amazing.
Eggs were 4 cents. Let's see. Everything is pretty cheap. Rice was a dime a bag.
All right.
Dime bags?
Wow.
The original dime bag.
The original dime bags. Ooh. A dime bag of rice.
All right. I'm going to turn it over to you guys. That's the political stuff that I had.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about...
That's the real reason why I'm late. The political stuff.
You're not going to talk about the plane flying out of the sky or catching fire in Chicago?
What?
Since you love to talk about airplanes and just freak me out.
I don't know what we're talking about then.
What do you got?
Oh, I didn't have... I thought you brought this up, but here,
I didn't. No, I didn't bring that up.
I
don't even have it on my. I don't have it on my deck.
Well, you need to look at your deck a little closer because you
Did I do
posted
that?
in the Discord server.
Did I do that? Oh, I did. Oh, yeah.
A plane has caught fire at Chicago's O'Hare Airport, but nothing to see here. It's completely fine. So go ahead and book your flight today with Chicago O'Hare Airport. Have either of you, Dave, have you ever been through Chicago O'Hare? I've walked from one terminal to the next.
I have been through. I have been through Chicago. Maybe a couple
times.
I
ran through Chicago O'Hare.
Oh, come on. You're safer in the airport than in
No,
on the street.
it was a timing issue. It was a timing issue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was going to say. I didn't run, but I had to speed walk from one gate to the next.
I had 15 minutes to get from one zip code to the next zip code in that airport. That's not a small airport.
No, that's not a small airport. It was a long freaking walk that I had.
I went from E to C. Terminal E to Terminal C, and oh man, it was bad.
So anyway, a plane caught fire. One of its engines caught fire.
If you click on that first link from the Independent, you might be able to get a video of it. I don't know. Shocking moment: engine plane catches fire before takeoff. I think there's a video, but I don't know. Shocking cell phone video taken by the passenger at the seat on the aircraft captured the dark smoke coming from inside and under the wing. I felt the impact on my window. You're on the you're on the wrong page, dude.
Oh, I'm watching this one and it didn't bring up the right page. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It opened up in a new tab, and you're still showing that one tab.
But it's still not showing the. It's still not showing anything. It's just some chick. It's just some chick talking, and it didn't show anything.
All right. Well, hey, listen. That's probably the only plane that's going to catch fire. It was one-off thing. Today. It's never going to happen again.
Look
I would not bet that it's not going to happen
again.
He's
looking right at you, JJ.
He's looking at the camera. He's giving that mugshot shot. Most famous mugshot in the world.
Goodness,
you know,
like,
as a bald guy, as a bald guy, I wouldn't mind having that do, man. I mean, everybody makes fun of it, but he's got some hair.
Iconic. He's iconic. It doesn't matter that it doesn't look like a normal human hair.
Okay.
You had some stories.
I've got a story for you, JJ.
You had a sad story. Story.
I'm going to talk about this one just because I was like, oh, geez, a mercy. You guys know what dad reflexes are and parent reflexes, and we always heard the story of the mom lifting the car to get off their son and stuff like that. Here's an example of parent reflexes, but it's it has a very sad ending to this one. A mother was able to push her 2-year-old girl to safety just before she was hit at this Michigan drag race. There was an out of control vehicle. The crash happened Sunday at Silver Lake State Park sand dunes in about 270 miles northwest of Detroit. Police said the driver of a modified Jeep lost control, veered off the racing strip towards the crowd, and hit another vehicle, causing that vehicle to strike 33-year-old spectator Katie Price.
Wow, that's
Price
awful.
was able to push her 2-year-old daughter to safety just before she was hit, and the little girl didn't have very many injuries, but she died shortly after the crash, probably there on the scene. But that's just, I didn't want to do a Debbie Downer there, but that was the parent reflexes are a real thing, man.
That is honestly, it's amazing.
It's just like a natural thing. You don't even think about it. For me, it's just a reaction.
I don't have the video because I didn't realize you were going to use this, but it would offset that slightly. There was a dad who has his 2-year-old and he's walking outside, turning around to do something, and a raccoon runs up.
I've seen that video.
Grabs the dude's leg, and the dude throws it. No, he doesn't drop. He throws his 2-year-old son to the ground and just starts like squealing like a little, I don't know, wounded chihuahua. I'm like, dude, you just threw your son. You had the upper hand in this battle with this raccoon.
When
you
my
just curb stomped him.
When my daughter was a baby, we were pushing her in the stroller outside on this sidewalk one time, and it was at night, and we were like, "Oh, look at that cat," and we were like, "Oh, that's not a cat, that's a skunk," and we both like backed up really, really quickly, and she goes, stroller, and I was like, oh, baby, and I had to go back up and get the baby.
The guy did pick his son up and everything. The kid was obviously crying, traumatized.
Okay. Okay, talking about throwing things. Nice segue, Dave. JJ, I have a new sport for you. I've got something for you to do. Okay. You need to start training. Do you like cheese? The first question is, do you like cheese?
I mean, I like cheese. Sure.
Right.
Who doesn't love cheese?
Do you like cheese as much as these fellas?
No, I don't.
You see this right here? Look at cheese.
What is the point of this?
The point is to
break the rib.
The first person to fall down the hill wins a roll of cheese. There you go. You win. See, there's the hill. They roll the cheese down the hill. See it rolling over here? Look at this dude here.
That's the dude that wins.
I'm good. I got a wallet. I'm good.
I've seen this plenty of times. This is this cheese rolling event in England.
It's in England.
Yeah. I've seen many. There was a girl that won several times in a row on that, but I saw that coming up and I thought, oh, interesting. In a row.
Several times in a row.
Okay, so I've got another one here for you.
Joke section yet, guys. It's not time.
He's missing the role.
So the Mexican government, or the Mexicans, recently had something happen, an incident.
Government or cartel?
The Mexican
government. Same thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dave, that was Dave that said, this is Deacon's voice here. The Mexican government says that they've got a little incident that they're trying to get some news on. They say that the arm of a 19th century mummy came off after some museum staff was
Well, that's a wrap.
doing something.
Oh, wow.
Mexico's
Dad jokes
Federal
will stick with this
Archaeology
one.
Agency on Monday accused the conservative governed city of Guadalajara of mistreating one of the country's famous mummified 19th century bodies. They said the arm of one of the mummies came off where the mummies' bodies are on permanent display. The mummies have been on a somewhat grisly display in a glass cases, the capital state, and touted around tourism and fair for decades. Some were exhibited in the United States as well.
Okay, so it's in a case, so it just fell off on its own. That's normal, right?
No, they were moving them around, and one of the arms came off.
You know what? Hey, let me ask you guys a question. If your body were discovered, say, 100 years from now, and would you be cool with somebody propping it up totally buck ass naked in a glass box for little kids to come
Depends
look
on
at?
what position I'm in. Like, go throw that image back up. Look at the guy on the far, at least on my screen,
I
right.
closed the whole thing.
Oh, of course you did. Just go to your history and open up the last image. Yeah.
Damn it, Dave.
You're supposed to say, I can't do that, Dave.
I can't do that, Dave. I actually can't.
There you go.
That would have been
Reopen the pod bay door. Okay, yeah, like this dude right here on the very end. Yeah, him. Like, look at the stance. Did he die on a horse?
None of this is good.
Was he trying to impress? Was he trying to impress his wife or something with some kind of crazy dance? I don't know. It's like
what
so it depends on how I die.
Educational value of this at all. This is gruesome.
One in the middle is intense. And the one in the, I can't. I'm pointing to. Yeah, that one. That face is scary. Two to the right, they died laughing.
No, they almost look like in pain. Like that's what I was looking at. I was like,
sure,
the arms are crossed, but I guess they probably crossed
belly
them.
laughter. And she's fixing her hair. You know that next one's fixing her hair. So I mean, it depends on how I'm buried.
Dark
and messy. Hey, I'm going to give y'all. We're going to change the subject dramatically. And I'm going to give you guys a business opportunity. JJ, you like to go to thrift stores? I'm telling you right now, I'm not even joking on this one. I'm not even joking on this one. If you see any of these, you need to buy them. The Precious Moments figurines. For two reasons. Number one, Sam Butcher, the guy that created them, has recently died. At 85, so there is going to be an increase in these price wise a little bit. But let me tell you what I've been seeing on TikTok with these figures.
Are they repainting them?
Yes, they're taking these figures and repainting them. And these people are doing freaking fantastic jobs, but they're like customizing them for people. If they wanted like this one here to be Snow White, holding an apple, and they would turn this into something, and they turn these figures into something else. Like
zombies.
Little zombies, absolutely zombies. They turn them into. I've seen a ton of these. Yes, comic book characters. They turn them into comic, and their paintings are there's people that are just hobbyists that take these figures and repaint them, and they're so freaking good that I've even thought.
Do you got any examples?
I could find some.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a good practice.
I thought you were setting this up to show an example.
No.
Well, yes, I'll tell you why you should shop at the thrift shop that I help run. It's our mission. All of our workers there are volunteers. Everything that comes in is donated. Everything that we sell, we then turn around and use those funds to help individuals in the community. If they need help with a utility bill, if they need food, we got it. And because it's all volunteer based, everything is pure profit outside of what it costs to keep the building open. We don't have a mortgage on the building. We just pay the utilities, and so support your local thrift shops.
You like this one? It's got her. Can you see that little video of her repainting that figure?
Yep.
This one. Look, he's taken this one and turned it into the Justin Timberlake.
The box ones.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some of them that are just really, really good. See that one's turned into Pennywise. She turned this one into a little Pennywise.
Oh, a little.
This one is this one's what's his name from Audrey 2. What Little Shop of Horrors. Jeez, my brain's not.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes they have to add, they'll add little things, they'll have to get out their little modeling
Glue
clay
gun.
or whatever they do and add stuff to them. But that's what they're doing. They're see, look.
Oh my God. Whoa. What is going
what are
on
they
there?
selling
That's
for?
amazing.
What are they selling for?
I don't know what they sell them for. I don't know what they go for, but I just know that I've seen a lot of people do that, and a lot of people collect those precious moments. And I just seen where that guy died. That article came up this morning, and I thought, oh man, those figures will be.
That's kind of cool. If you had time like
your
that, that would be kind of
got
neat.
some, or your aunt's got some. Don't just throw those out, man. There's people that actually want those. Remember, JJ, people will buy anything.
Well,
Dude, I got some books the other day from our mission. It was a collection of Sarah J. Maas books or Mace books, but whatever her name is. 2 of them were autographed. And like there was a bunch of books there, and we usually sell books, hardbound books, for like 50 cents. But they said, they're, because those autographs are there, they'd charge me a little bit more. So I bought a whole bunch of them. My wife had read the books, and several of her coworkers. So here you go, babe.
Yeah,
look,
I'm a book person too. Okay, moving to movie news here real quick, because we have talked about this on the show before, how the movie industry, it just doesn't seem like there's very many good movies coming out, but it seems like that all of this this hate towards Hollywood celebrities and all this bad press that some of them have really gotten and all this stuff has kind of affected the movie industry, because people are really not going out and watching movies anymore. And like this, over this past weekend, Furiosa and some other movie came out, and the Imaginary Friends a couple of weeks ago, and the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and we're really not talking about it. And there was an article, and I couldn't figure out, why are people not going to the movies other than we're mad at celebrities? Because we're struggling and celebrities are just flaunting everything and whatnot. But I think I figured it out with this article this morning. Ask yourself, gentlemen, how many times have you watched a movie and asked yourself, this movie I don't like this movie because this movie does not correctly portray climate change in this movie?
Often.
Well, listen, this is a major, major issue, climate change, to me personally.
So I think Hollywood has hit on something here. Hollywood movies rarely reflect climate change crisis, and researchers want to change that. Absolutely. I think we should give these researchers all kinds of money for this.
I'm ready to pay $150 to take my family of 5 to a movie theater again.
Listen, a lot of people say, hey, I don't like being preached to in a movie theater when I paid $100 to take my kids to see a cartoon. I want messaging. I want that. And I guess they're not getting what they want.
So
that makes sense.
One of the takeaways from the new study conducted by researchers who these researchers set out to determine if today's Hollywood blockbusters are reflective of the current climate crisis. The vast majority of movies failed the climate reality check. This climate reality check was proposed by the authors, who surveyed 250 movies from 2013 to 2022. The test is simple. The authors looked to see if a movie presented a story in which climate change exists and whether a character knows it does. Because they were mad that Aquaman said, "Hey, I don't mind if the oceans rise," in that movie. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention this morning, that
I say we need to put more Bill Pullman in movies, chasing down tornadoes, and then everybody will be happy.
God rest Bill Pullman's soul.
Guys, wait, stop
it.
Yeah. Do you know that they are remaking
Twister? Bill Paxton, he's dead. Bill Pullman's still alive.
Bill Pullman's still alive. Bill Paxton's dead, yeah.
They are remaking Twister.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They did. They already remade it. It was called Tornado, and it starred Bruce Campbell, and it was
they are
fabulous.
Remaking Twister. It's the same stupid movie. It has...
So was Tornado. It was the same movie, and it was great. Bruce Campbell is
the same classic. Plot points. Same, it's not even like, oh, we're going to take it and remake it. No. It's the same movie. They have Dorothy, the little contraption with the little balls that float out in the sky. It's the same exact. Why don't you just watch the one that's good? from 20 years ago.
The Bruce Campbell one was amazing.
Did Bruce Campbell say, "This is my boomstick," and hold up a shotgun at any time?
No, he didn't. So what happened is, and this happens often in Hollywood, somebody on the writing staff will get booted early on, but they already know the plot, and so they'll go and they'll write the same movie for another distributor, and then they'll put the movie out, and we call them B movies.
Yeah, we call them B movies.
Tornado, it came out. I think it actually came out before.
What was the two that were there? Was two like that were blockbusters: Armageddon and what was the other one? Deep Impact. Was it?
Yeah.
Deep Impact.
Yeah, they both
came out at the same time, same movie, just a little bit changed.
Just one of them it actually hits.
Yeah.
Example of the zeitgeist. You got some guys floating around the same ideas at the same time.
That's true.
But
that's true.
But this is straight up. Hold on, this makes me mad. It made me mad when I saw it because I went and watched a movie with my wife a couple weeks ago, and I saw this trailer, and I was like so unhappy about this. I'm pulling this trailer up right now. I don't know if you guys.
Tornado outbreak continues across Oklahoma.
We've never seen tornadoes like this before, and we need your
never
help.
seen it.
I don't chase anymore.
Kate,
Blah
we can save
blah.
lives.
I'll give you 1 week.
All right, fellas. We got PhDs from NASA, FEMA, and Kate.
She's the smartest person I know.
Hey, dudes. This is interesting.
Women.
Who are they?
It's Tyler Owens. Calls himself a
Helen
tornado
Hunt.
wrangler. If you feel it.
Yeah, right. And that's Bill Paxton's character, I think, right?
And our crew's not like your crew. We don't need PhDs and fancy.
That same scene was in. Oh yeah.
This scene right here. Tornado goes right.
We don't need fancy tech, and he has drills drilling his truck into the ground so it doesn't move. That's amazing.
So wait a minute. So I'm going to be the other guy. I'm going to be the deacon on this that I always am.
Yeah.
I mean, really, they're not better than the original in certain in nostalgic ways.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I thought the new Total Recall wasn't bad at all. I thought that the
one with Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought that the new Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal was actually pretty good. It was the same story, different setting. You knew what was coming.
Sure.
But it was it was good. I really enjoyed it. So when they do this, I mean, I might enjoy this movie. It's not the original Twister.
It's probably going to be fun. It's probably going to be fun, but there's going to be a moment here where they released Dorothy, and I was just like, it made me mad a little bit. I'm like, you guys, you ain't got a new idea?
Are those fireworks?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You got quite the reputation, city girl. You think you can disrupt a tornado?
Indeed.
Oh, that's a terrible.
There it is, Dorothy. Tell me that doesn't look like exactly the same, exactly the same shot from the first movie.
I hadn't seen the first movie in a while, Jay.
You don't think about that like once twice a week, man. I think about
we live tornadoes here in Kentucky.
Yeah. All right.
I learned that the other day that Kentucky, at least this is what I was told. I was doing a police ride along during all the craziness, and I was told that Kentucky has more nighttime tornadoes than any other state.
I believe it.
It was intense the other night. Holy
nighttime tornadoes!
Nighttime tornadoes. We just had 2 tornadoes Sunday night into yesterday morning. We had
more than 2.
Yeah, Sunday morning, yeah, we had a huge wave come through, knocked out our power for a couple of hours, and I went out after the sun came out and picked up sticks and branches out of my yard for about 45 minutes. Me and the dogs were outside for a while because there was 2 inches of water out there in some spots. And then the nighttime ones came through. We never lost power or anything, but a tornado touched down on the other side, on the other county, on the other side of Land Between the Lakes in Eddyville and Lyon County, and it was an EF3. And then it had like a 40-mile path that they're still surveying today. Several tornadoes touched down, but there was also an EF3 up in southern Illinois that went into southern Indiana here this past the other day.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah, so I looked in my yard yesterday, and I had some more branches and stuff down that I'm going to have to go and clean up, but I didn't have anything bad. It got so bad that in our county that like our city is like, if you have branches up to 6 inches, we'll come pick them up. And they usually don't do that crap unless a lot of freaking people had some.
Right.
All right.
My mom this morning is up in DFW. That's where she that's Dallas Fort Worth area, and they have like a hail. It is almost June. And there's a hailstorm came through this morning. So like,
isn't that crazy?
Weather. It's weather. Somebody should talk to the sun about this. All right, music.
I was so bright as a child that my dad called me son.
Mm.
Oh, there's an early one for you. Yeah, music today. Music today. Last night on Facebook, one of my wife's cousins posted this little thing, and she was like, first person with the lyrics to guess the correct lyrics wins this. And it was just this woman's name, and it said Mary Moon, and it was saying something else. And Ashley showed it to me. She's like, you know what this is? And I started going, I got a new age girl. Tell me what she's like, Mary Moon. And I was like, that's the only thing that comes to mind. And so she'd never heard the song before. I was like, you've heard that song? She's like, no, I never heard that song. So so I was like, all right. I was like, it's called New Age Girl or whatnot.
What movie was that in?
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, there we go.
Dumb
yeah.
and Dumber. So this morning I'm scrolling through Facebook and I come across that post again, and 2 or 3 people had answered.
That's a great song.
And that's what it was.
Song.
And I was like, oh, a New Age Girl. So I listened to it this morning, and if you've got your Google administrator on, YouTube will not let you listen to that song, but only a couple, because of it. The band's name's Dead Eye Dick. And so it blocks it out. And so let me tell you another funny story about this song, New Age Girl. When I was a senior in high school, we had this pep rally where you could do skits and stuff like that. And a friend of mine, who does comedy now, we had these shirts back in the day. We both had all 3 of these shirts. It was a white shirt, and each shirt had a picture of one of the 3 Stooges, Larry, Moe, and Curly. And instead of Mary Moon, we were going Larry Moe. We had the Larry Moe shirt. We did this little skit with the things, and I had a wig on, and I had my Ren and Stimpy house shoes on. One was Ren, one was so. We did a skit to this song, and this is what I'm getting at. They wouldn't let us use this song because he goes, she don't eat meat, but she sure likes the bone. So we had to contact our radio station, a radio station I ended up doing mornings for years, being the #1 morning show. We had to contact that radio station at the time and see if we could get the edited version, because we didn't have the freaking internet to get all that crap back.
Right. Yeah.
We had to go to the radio station in Paducah to get an edited version, or because the school wouldn't let us use
censored. Yeah.
Like the bone. And now we have songs on the radio that make that look like
WAP.
You are my son.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
That's the first song I thought of too.
All right.
There you go. New Age Girl by Dead Eye Dick is your song of the day.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Please like and subscribe. We end the show every single day with the fantastic jokes. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Teak.
All right, so this woman is on trial for beating her husband to death with his classic guitar collection. All right, she took his classic guitar collection and beat him to death. She's on trial, and the judge says, first offender? And she says, no, Your Honor.
Nope.
First a Gibson, then a Fender.
No. Okay, yes.
That's classic.
That's
a good one. That's good.
That's great. All right, Dave.
What do you call a spider with 10 eyes?
I don't know. What do you call a spider with 10 eyes?
Spider.
God.
I love that.
All
one.
right.
I'm going to tell that one.
You guys,
great.
You know what? I couldn't find a joke, but I did find a lesson. Something. It's perhaps useful to you. I don't know. Do you guys know how to keep somebody in suspense?
How?
I'm going to tell you later.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light.
Seriously, JJ.
Don't let your daughter lose her next
I'll tell you later.
To a psychopath
just wait a little bit.
Dude with fake teeth.
Seriously, how, dude?
Tune in now to your
now?
2000 show. JJ and Deacon, they're the ones that know. Subscribe and Dave the Squid Monster. way. Conspire with us. Tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
No, seriously, tell me. Come on now.
Yeah, hang on just a second.